Barr confronted. 3+ hour airport queues. Baggage loss up 400%. Tourists say world's worst. She asked, "What's your concrete plan?" Albanese spoke empty words. Tourism collapsing. Good day, Australia. Nat Barr doesn't let prime ministers hide from operational failures that affect ordinary Australians. The Sunrise host has made her reputation asking the questions viewers want answered. And yesterday morning, with Anthony Albanese sitting across from her in the Sunrise studio, Barr unleashed what might be her most devastating interview yet. A systematic takedown of the government's complete failure to address airport chaos that's destroying Australia's tourism reputation. Barr didn't ease into the topic. She opened with video footage. "Prime Minister, let me show you what Australians and international visitors are experiencing at our airports," Barr said, as the screen filled with images of massive queues snaking through Sydney and Melbourne airports, security lines extending for hundreds of metres, exhausted travellers sitting on their luggage, frustrated tourists filming the chaos. "These are scenes from last week," Barr continued. "Sydney Airport, average wait time for international security screening, 3.5 hours. Melbourne Airport, over 3 hours. Baggage claim, chaos. Lost luggage complaints up 400% compared to pre-pandemic. 400%. She let the footage play. Tourists complaining on camera. Families with young children crying in queues. Elderly passengers struggling to stand for hours. Then Barr turned to Albanese with a killer question. "This has been going on for months. What is your concrete plan to fix it?" The look on Albanese's face revealed he wasn't prepared for such a direct confrontation with visual evidence of government failure. Before we dive into Barr's brutal airport chaos interrogation, do me a favour. Hit that subscribe button right now. Over 91% of you watching haven't subscribed yet, and it's completely free. Tap that notification bell so you never miss when we expose infrastructure failures like this. If you just subscribed, you're a legend. Cheers. Right, so Barr provided specific, devastating statistics that showed Australian airports have become internationally dysfunctional. "Let's talk numbers," Barr said, displaying data on screen. Sydney International Airport security wait times average 3.5 hours during peak periods. Melbourne, 3.2 hours. Brisbane, 2.8 hours. These aren't occasional bad days. This is consistent, daily chaos. She detailed baggage problems. Lost luggage complaints at Australian airports, up 400% compared to 2019. 400%. That means if 100 bags went missing before the pandemic, now 500 bags are going missing. Australian airports are losing passengers' luggage at rates far higher than international standards. Barr highlighted customs delays. Border force processing times have blown out. International arrivals waiting over 2 hours to clear customs. Families with young children, elderly passengers, people standing in crowded halls for hours because we don't have enough staff. The infrastructure failures. Check-in counters understaffed. Security screening understaffed. Baggage handlers understaffed. Every single operational area of our major airports is failing due to staff shortages, and this has been going on for over a year. Barr made the comparison brutal. Singapore Changi Airport, average security wait time 15 minutes. Dubai, 20 minutes. Even Los Angeles, not known for efficiency, Averages under an hour. Australia's major airports, over 3 hours. We've gone from world class to worst in class. She showed more footage. This is what tourists film when they arrive in Australia. Not our beautiful beaches or cities, airport queues, baggage claim chaos. That's the first impression of Australia. Barr played clips from social media where international tourists were describing Australian airports as among the worst they'd experienced globally. "Prime Minister, let me show you what tourists are saying," Barr said, playing a compilation of tourist videos. American tourist, Sydney Airport was the worst airport experience I've had anywhere in the world. 3-hour wait just to get through security. Absolute chaos. British tourist. Melbourne Airport baggage claim was a disaster. Waited 2 hours. Half the bags came out damaged. Never seen anything like it. Japanese tourist. I've travelled to 40 countries. Australian airports are shockingly bad. Barr highlighted review sites. TripAdvisor reviews for Sydney Airport have plummeted. Star rating down from 3.8 to 2.1. Melbourne Airport, similar decline. Thousands of reviews mentioning excessive wait times, lost luggage, understaffing. She showed airport ranking data. International airport rankings. Sydney has dropped from 39th to 87th globally. Melbourne, 45th to 92nd. We're now ranked below airports in developing countries that have a fraction of our resources. The reputational damage. These reviews and videos reach millions of people. When potential tourists research visiting Australia, they see airport chaos. That influences their decision about whether to come here. Barr made it personal. Imagine you're planning a holiday. You see videos of 3-hour airport queues and lost luggage. Do you still book that flight to Australia? Or do you choose somewhere else? That's the calculation millions of potential tourists are making right now. This is where Barr moved from exposing the problem to demanding accountability and concrete solutions from the Prime Minister. "Prime Minister, we've laid out the problem," Barr said, her tone shifting to prosecutorial. Airport chaos, 3+ hour queues, lost baggage up 400%, international tourists calling our airports the worst they've experienced, tourism industry sounding alarms. This has been going on for over a year. My question, what is your concrete plan to fix it? Albanese began with the usual political generalities. "Well, Nat, we're working with airport operators and border force to address these challenges. We understand the frustration travellers are experiencing." Barr cut him off. "Prime Minister, with respect, that's not a plan. That's just saying you're aware of the problem. Specifically, how many additional border force officers are you hiring? When will they start? How are you addressing baggage handler shortages? What's the timeline for improvement?" Albanese tried again. "We're investing in infrastructure and working to streamline processes." Barr pressed harder. "What does that mean specifically? How much investment? Which processes? What's the measurable target? When can travellers expect wait times to be reasonable?" The Prime Minister's response was revealing in its vagueness. These are complex operational issues that require coordination between federal government, airport operators, airlines, and unions. We're committed to improvement. Barr's frustration became visible. "Prime Minister, I've asked you 3 times for a concrete plan. How many staff? What timeline? What measurable improvements? You've given me generalities. Australians want specifics. Tourists experiencing 3-hour queues want specifics. Do you have a concrete plan or not? Albanese's final attempt. We're developing comprehensive strategies in consultation with stakeholders. Barr's assessment was devastating. So the answer is no concrete plan. Noted. The silence that followed was damning. Albanese had no specifics, no timeline, no measurable targets, just vague assurances that made clear his government has no actual plan to fix airport chaos. Barr highlighted that tourism industry representatives have been warning government about the catastrophic impact of airport chaos on Australia's tourism sector. It's not just tourists complaining, Barr noted. The tourism industry is sounding alarms. Tourism, Australia's CEO. Airport dysfunction is damaging brand Australia. We're losing visitors to competing destinations with better airport experiences. She quoted industry figures. Australian Tourism Industry Council. Airport chaos is costing Australian tourism billions. Tourists who have bad airport experiences tell others. Social media amplifies negative experiences. We're seeing booking declines directly attributable to airport reputation damage. Barr presented economic data. Tourism is worth $60 billion annually to Australian economy. Pre-pandemic, we welcomed 9 million international visitors per year. Current projections, 6.5 million this year. That's a 2.5 million visitor shortfall. Not all due to airports, but industry experts say airport chaos is a significant factor. The employment impact. Tourism employs 660,000 Australians. If visitor numbers stay suppressed due to airport reputation, those jobs are at risk. Hotels, restaurants, tour operators, attractions, all affected when tourists choose other destinations. Barr made the government accountability clear. Border Force is federal responsibility. Airport security standards are federal responsibility. Visa processing is federal responsibility. The Prime Minister cannot deflect this to state governments or airport operators. This is his government's responsibility, and they're failing. Barr's conclusion. Australia is losing tourists to competitor destinations because our airport experience is driving people away. Prime Minister, here's the bottom line, Barr said. Tourists have choices. They can go to New Zealand, Thailand, Japan, Europe, anywhere. When they research Australia and see airport chaos videos, when they hear horror stories about 3-hour queues and lost luggage, many choose somewhere else. The competitive disadvantage. New Zealand promotes efficient airports. Singapore promotes world-class transit. We're promoting dysfunction. That's not competitive. Barr challenged Albanese. Every day government delays fixing this, we lose more tourists, more economic activity, more jobs. When will you take this seriously and implement concrete solutions? Albanese's response remained vague. We take this very seriously and are committed to improving airport operations. Barr's final shot. Committed to improving is not the same as actually improving. Australians and tourists are still waiting in 3-hour queues. Call me when you have a concrete plan. Segment over. Albanese looking uncomfortable. Tourism industry watching and knowing nothing will change. Australians planning travel, wondering why their country can't manage basic airport operations. Thanks for watching, Australia. If functional infrastructure matters to you, share this everywhere. Barr demanded accountability. We deserve better than 3-hour airport queues. I'll catch you in the next one. Stay informed and demand competence. Cheers.